Well, Chris Judd, there's been a lot of speculation about you continuing as captain of the Carlton Football Club. Has a decision been made yet?
Yeah, and I decided some time ago to step away from a leadership role at the footy club. I just felt the timing is right now to hand it over and have a fresh start with a new coach in the club and to have a new captain as well. So I really enjoyed the 5 years as captain. It's been a tremendous privilege to lead this footy club and to lead this group of players, but just felt the time was right to pass the baton over.
You said not a leadership role at all. You're going to be in the leadership group, or is it just the captaincy?
No, I'll step aside from the leadership group as well. So I've been in the leadership group all but my very first year of footy. So I've had 10 years in there, and I think at my stage in the career, I'm just looking forward to really getting back to enjoying the essence of footy and competing and probably not having as much responsibility around the club. So certainly won't be pushing any less hard to bring success to this club, and we'll still have an active role around the place. But just won't be a leader in an official capacity.
It's a huge step, and I know Carlton fans will be going, wow, but you must be very confident, in the players around it that have stepped up in their leadership roles, and plus I guess guys like yourself will be still there assisting them in what they're doing.
Yeah, I guess one of the things as a leader, you want to leave the place in, I guess, a better place than what you inherited it in. And, without any disrespect to what things were like 5 years ago, that there weren't a whole host of players who made obvious leaders as far as that went. So, to be able to step aside from the role and have probably 3 guys that could step into the role as captain and do a really good job, and even to mention some of the guys that won't be in the leadership group this year, I think it shows that our leadership stocks have come a long way.
No doubt. Some of the best things about being captain over 5 years, I suppose you haven't really thought about, but also anything you weren't so good or wished it had happened or something?
Oh, certainly. I certainly would have loved to have captained a premiership of the footy club and brought some success to our footy club, because I think that's something that our fans really deserve. But still proud of the fact that when I came here, it was a pretty unprofessional playing group that probably lacked discipline, and I think now we're at a stage where we tick those boxes. The players front up, they're disciplined, they're professional, they do their work, they're self-motivated. But yeah, certainly I'll still be one of the troops pushing really hard to bring some success to this footy club. I just won't be the bloke standing at the front.
Well, you won't get to stand on that dais again, hopefully at the end of September. But just with you around the club, you mentioned about everyone's pushing themselves really hard. Your role, when you're not the captain, is it, people will say, oh, he's going to focus on football. I mean, that's an obvious thing. But, with a family, there's some things need to be done as a captain that probably people don't see.
Yeah, there's probably a time commitment there in terms of, sponsors commitments, AFL commitments, and then sort of the various meetings that you have. At my stage, it's not that I'll be concentrating anymore on my footy, because I've always done that. But it's just really a good time to step aside and let blokes with fresh ideas and fresh energy fulfil those roles. And I'll still act exactly the same around the club. It'll just really give me a bit more time to spend with my family and probably pursue some things outside of footy, which I think is pretty healthy as well.
Fantastic. Can I ask you then, you said a new coach coming in, and I think, as we'd all agree, we understand Mick's an experienced and a premiership coach. How have you found it in the few weeks after you've been to Arizona, been back here training for a week or so? How have you found Mick?
Yeah, really enjoyed it. He's very clear in what he wants. And look, I think the players have really taken to it. They've taken to the work. Training's changed up quite a lot. And yeah, so far so good. We've got a lot of numbers on the park. The reality is all teams are going well at this time of year because there's no games. But so far so good, and really can't wait to get into next year and get into the footy.
Just one final one. You mentioned about out there training. Just looking for the spectators who've come, a lot of them have commented on there seems to be more players out there. I mean, compared to this time last year, that for me, looking out there, we've got a much fitter list, as in not too many people in rehab, and if they are, they're nearly ready to go.
Yeah, that's a big difference. There's been a really big focus on certainly on minimising injuries at training. which is something we've suffered quite a lot in the last couple of years. So to see those numbers out on the park's great, and I think that'll hold us in good stead come the start of the season.
Chris, I know it's a big decision for you and certainly massive for the Carlton Football Club, but I'm sure I speak on behalf of all the supporters and say thank you for your leadership at this club in the official role as captain. I know the leadership will continue, and may you get to enjoy that premiership success at Carlton before you finish your career.
Thanks, Ian. Appreciate it.